This video is long. However, getting caught cheating is never fun, so we went into as much detail as we could in the setup and execution instructions so that you are as fully prepared as possible. First, when taking an online proctored exam, you are required to have a computer, a monitor, and a webcam, as well as a CD or a mirror of some sort to show the proctor that you do not have any notes taped to the side of your monitor. Additionally, the proctor then uses their remote access, takes over control of your mouse, and checks the settings on your computer to ensure that you only have one monitor display and to disable your screenshot capability. Lastly, the proctor then has you spin your webcam around the room so they can see where you are taking the test. If you can have your webcam securely attached to your monitor, or even better, as built into your monitor, this limits the range of visibility that they can see. You should be prepared to show the whole room, but they won't be able to see the floor, under your desk, or behind any furniture. And having the excuse that the webcam is part of your monitor helps make that even harder. Look honest while you're saying it, not like a twitchy liar scamming their system. Basically, you are stuck in front of your monitor with a webcam that shows all of your eye and body movements, with no way to really project the image of the exam to anyone else, short of having a two-way mirror behind you, which seems excessive. This is how you get around the problem. You will need the following hardware components for the basic setup: one desktop computer or a laptop computer with a VGA port or an HDMI to VGA adapter, two monitors, either a separate webcam or a webcam built into one monitor, keyboard and mouse, one VGA splitter, two male to female VGA cables. In addition to those listed above, you will need the following hardware-software components for advanced setup with a remote test taker: two smartphones, picture video sending app, Mac or PC for remote test taker. You will need the following extra things: note cards, pens, a helper person. You might need a tutor. First, you need to determine if the person who is going to take your test for you will be in the room with you. If so, that eliminates the need for a middleman helper and a remote test taker. If not, it adds a few steps. If the person who is going to do the test can be with you, the setup is pictured below. The person is able to see the exact same image that you see on your monitor. But because the image is split via hardware, there is no indication in your computer settings that two monitors are connected to the one computer. If you have properly set up this design, there will only be one monitor that appears to be in use by the computer. If you are using a laptop, make sure you have it closed and set to turn off the laptop display so that only the monitor you are using shows a display and not both the monitor and the screen of the laptop. Also, make sure the laptop is fully out of the visual field of the webcam. Explaining why you have a splitter connected would be difficult. For simple multiple choice tests, your helper can do one of several things. Since you cannot look away from the computer or in any way acknowledge that there is anyone else in the room, the communication needs to be done through touch under your desk or by sliding the written answer under the base of the monitor on your desk. In the first option, the helper sits under your desk with their duplicated monitor, and as you take the test, he or she simply taps a pre-arranged place on your leg with the answer. For example, when we did this, the right knee was A, left knee was B, right ankle was C, and left ankle was D. This is the easiest way to do a multiple choice test. If you're stuck taking a math test or a coding test, your helper writes the answer on a 3x5 note card and slides it slightly under your monitor. This allows you to have your head down while you are either writing on scratch paper or using your calculator, and places the answer within your field of sight without being in the range of the webcam. Now, if you are not lucky enough to have the person actually doing the test for you in the room, the below setup is how to have a middle helper person and a remote test taker. In this situation, you have the exact same setup as previously. However, your helper conveys the test question electronically to a person anywhere else in the world, who then replies with the answer. The helper then communicates the answer to you, the test taker, via whatever method you prefer, either the leg tapping trick or the note card technique. We found that the best way for this to work is if the remote test taker has a Mac and both are working with an iPhone. This allows your helper to take a picture of the screen with your test question, for complex questions such as for math classes, or to simply hold the FaceTime iPhone to the computer for the remote test taker to see the question. A helper with a smartphone that can send picture messages and a remote test taker with a smartphone that can receive and send picture messages is really all you need. However, FaceTime makes it a little faster. Also, Facebook messaging can be used in place of iMessaging if the remote test taker is using a PC instead of a Mac, since a PC doesn't have the iMessage app on the computer, as opposed to doing everything through their phone. For complicated answers, tying an answer is also easier on a computer than it is via text message.